school did you go to?
Ekiti State University. Well, it was called University of Ado Ekiti when I was there, but now it's Ekiti State University.
Okay.
Yes.
What course of study?
I studied psychology.
Interesting. Was that what you wanted, or
yes? It was not
Jam
what
jammed
Jam.
you?
No, it was not what Jam gave me.
Okay.
I wanted to study psychology. I had wanted to study psychology since I was in about SS1.
Wow. Why?
So I had an experience with a psychiatrist, and I liked what she was doing. But I also knew that chemistry and physics was not my strength in any way.
Okay.
I didn't want to become a doctor, So I started looking for things that were close to counseling, that were close to guidance, and I found psychology, and I didn't look back, or I've not looked back since then. So
interesting.
Yes.
I know that you write some sad poems.
Yes, I do.
And I know that you have a poem on depression.
Yes.
Have you ever been depressed?
Yes. I think that fortunately for me, I realized quite early what depression meant. So I would say that I've had my fair share, of battling depression, and until most recently, very recently actually, So I have been depressed, and I would say that I'm careful enough to look for help when I need it. So also because I studied psychology, so I know the signs of when I start to feel depressed, and I know where to go to look for help, basically. So yes, I've had my fair share of depression.
So why the low cuts?
Oh my god, it's so funny. The low cuts because I don't like stress. And I'm not a very patient person. I can't sit in a place for more than 30 minutes without wanting to do something else. So I don't think I can ever do any other thing apart from a low cut. I mean, it's just easy and convenient, and I cannot imagine not pouring water on my head every day. So,
but how long have you been on low cuts?
2015.
2015, looking at like 4 years?
4 years. Wow. Before that time, I used to wear my hair. I had long hair, but not long, but relatively long. But even at that, for the most part, I just would pack my hair. I wouldn't do anything serious to it because I was maybe too lazy to do anything. But low cut, I think, is just safe.
And I know for a fact that most of the time I've seen you're always on jeans. So do you have this tendency to be a tomboy? Or are you even a tomboy? Or do you consider yourself to be one?
In some circles, I think I might pass for a tomboy. Okay. But I think I'm just me. I know my sisters and my mom would probably say I'm a tomboy because I tend to want to fix the lights in the house, try to fix the TV, try to do stuff, but I also have a girly side to me, so I'm just maybe a little bit of a tomboy or a little bit of both. I'm just in between. Yeah.
So poetry as an art form,
okay,
is it more of entertainment or an educative content?
That's a tricky question. I think it's a bit of both.
Okay.
As much as I want to educate people, I also want to entertain them. I want people to listen to my piece and smile or laugh, maybe. I want them to feel different kind of emotions. So I think it's a little bit of both for me. As far as I'm concerned, anything that is educative should also be entertaining. Otherwise, it won't stick. So for me, I think it's a bit of both. It's both educational and entertainment, basically, for me.
So what makes a good poem?
Simple.
Five qualities.
5 qualities. Okay, I was just going to give one. I think a good poem should be able to pass across the message, the intended message. I think a good poem should be able to carry everybody along, both the listener and the person performing. That's 2. In my opinion, I think a good poem should be able to explain itself. So I don't want to do a piece that before I start the piece I have to explain that. So this was what I was feeling. I feel like a poem should be able to, that kind of thing. I think a good poem should be able to explain itself, without any additives, without you needing to also bring out a dictionary to understand some words, Okay. I think a good poem should be self-explanatory. I also think that a good poem should have the right balance between long and short. I think a good poet should know when to pull the plug, you know, when you've already gotten people's attention, so that you don't lose them. You know, when you pass the message across, there's really nothing much to say. So.
Okay, so your best moment as a poet? Whether on stage or your best moment that, thank God I'm a poet.
I think maybe the first time I performed, a piece at Outspoken, the very first edition of Outspoken, because that was the very first time I was going to share my piece with people openly,
yes.
you know. And I liked that I got honest feedback. I liked that it was fun, it was entertaining, it was educative, you know. So that must have been 2017, April 2017.
And your worst moment as a poet?
I think it would have to be 2017. I went for a competition and someone told me that they don't think I should write anyone. They don't think I'm a poet, you know. So for some reason that really got to me, you know, and for like weeks after that I couldn't write anything. I didn't want to write anything, you know, because I didn't think it was good enough, basically. So yes.
What have you gotten over it now?
Definitely. I mean, I've come to understand that first, not everybody will like your work.
True.
And I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm fine with you not liking my work. And for me, there's always something behind every piece I write. You know, so I've also come to know that your piece would not might not last forever. It might be relevant for a particular time. True. You know, and not relevant again after a couple of. So it's just me making my peace with the fact that I'm writing for a purpose, and as long as that purpose is achieved, even if it's to one person, I'm perfectly fine with that. You know?
Okay, so 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? As a writer or as a poet? Where do you see yourself? Or as a writer that writes poetry?
5 years from now, I'm hoping that I would have done some published work of some kind. I don't know if it's going to be a book or a play or an audio book or a chapbook. I mean, everybody seems to be doing that now. Yeah. But I want to do something. I want to do something that, I mean, I've taken my time to not rush into anything. Okay. So I have some ideas running in my head. I want to see how I can play with those ideas, and I just hope that definitely I want to still be writing in 5 years from now. Okay. Maybe have a more defined path, you know, but hopefully I would have some published work of some sort, you know, somehow.
Okay. So we're getting a performance or two from you today?
Something like that. Definitely.
Sad poems?
I don't know yet. Maybe, probably.
Okay, so we'll look forward to it.
All right.
So Pietrina, thank you very much for being on our show.
Thank you very much for having me.
We hope to see more of you.
Hopefully. Thank you so much.
Thank you. For updates on our events and activities, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at WordUp411. Also go to our website www.wordup411ng.com. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channels, and most importantly, leave a comment below so we can keep the conversation going. Thank you very much and stay blessed.